Thank you for coming to the Amber Shows. This is the day before New Year's Eve. This is the fifth day of Kwanzaa, which is called Nia, and Nia means purpose. I hope that each one of you have found or will find your purpose for living. It's very important. If you know, life is very short. So find your purpose and expand on it and make it wonderful. I feel like part of my purpose is to inspire people, and when I inspire people, it inspires me, and to love those that I love and support those that I love. That's really important to me. I like to support those that I love. Those that have not supported me or didn't show the love back in return, I just don't be around you anymore, and I love you from afar, and just keep it moving. And that's what you have to do. You have to just be around those that love and support you. Everybody does not want to see you win. So be mindful of those who don't clap when you are starring, okay? Also in news today, Serena Williams, Serena got her a white man. She's playing in the snow, girl. Playing in the snow. Go, Serena. White man got that big booty. I know black men are mad, but you know what? It's so funny because black men, as soon as they get some money, most of these entertainers, they get a white girl. Basketball players, actors, whatever, they get a white girl. But as soon as a black girl get a white man, then they mad. Don't be mad. That's your fault. I'm happy for you, Serena. She's a Libra, like me. So she believes in love, loyalty, respect, sexiness, giving it your all. So there you go. She got it. And she's marrying the owner of Reddit. And that's where she posted first, that she was engaged. And he did a romantic thing. You know, we Libras, we love romance. So congratulations to Serena Williams. The world's highest bridge opened to traffic in China. It's connecting two southwestern provinces, and it's reducing traffic and travel time in the region by lots of time, like 3 hours. So it's 4,400 feet long, and it's equivalent to a 200-story building. They started building it in 2013. They just finished it. Okay, so 2016, we've been talking about all the people that we lost. You know, we lost my best friend. We lost Ashada Shakur, we lost Muhammad Ali, we lost Prince, we lost Maurice White from Earth, Wind & Fire, we lost Natalie Cole, comedian Rick Harris, David Bowie, Frank Sinatra Jr., Nancy Reagan, rappers Phife Dawg and Shorty Lowe, Patty Duke, Doris Roberts, Gary Marshall, Gene Wilder, Janet Reno, Alan Thicke, Zsa Zsa Gabor, Debbie Reynolds, and Carrie Fisher, and John Glenn. Those are just some of the people that we lost this year. But, you know, they keep saying, like, 2016 is so bad, we lost all these people, you know, and I even said it too. But, you know, I started thinking about it. And I'm like, you know, this is not the worst luck. First of all, we're all going to die. Everybody. That's why you got to find your purpose and take care of that right away. But, you know, I had to look up. I was like, when did slavery begin? Slavery began in 1619. That's when the first slaves were brought to North America, the colony of Jamestown, West Virginia. That was the worst year for our people. Way worse than you're saying entertainers passed or you lost a loved one. I mean, they came and tore apart families, put them on boats, stacked them on top of each other. These are our ancestors. They separated them by language so nobody could understood the other one or could speak to the other one in language. They were raping the women on the boats. They were beating the men. There were rats on the boats. The water is real rough. They're throwing up on each other. Those that died, that were sick, they were throwing them overboard. Sharks were following the slave ships. They brought us to a country we knew nothing about. They got rid of the Indians by putting smallpox in their blankets, by giving them liquor, by using gunpowder and guns to kill them when they only had bow and arrows, because they couldn't use them as slaves because they knew the land. This was their land. This was their America. You couldn't enslave them. And 1619 was the worst year, not 2016. And I want to pay homage to my ancestors, Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X. 1863 was the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation by Abraham Lincoln. You see, they murdered him, but it wasn't even recognized. Texas didn't even know that the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed and that slaves were free. Not until June 19th, 1865, where soldiers arrived in Galveston, Texas, and declared the end of the Civil War. That's when, all of a sudden, slavery was definitely illegal. But yet and still, they still enslaved us because we had nowhere to go. You've been enslaved all this time, living on a plantation, white man giving you everything, you working for him. He done fucked your wife. Y'all got a whole bunch of mulatto babies. You can't even say nothing to the white man while he's having sex with your wife. And you can't even say nothing. The kids ain't yours. And that's the worst time. And then they say you're free. And then, so you have nothing. Where are you to go? What are you to do? So they ended up staying on plantations, many of them. They had nowhere to go. And then they had a thing that was called you're in debt. So you have to, if you now got a job with them doing something and they pay you, but they was paying you so little, you couldn't even get your own little place to stay or nothing. It's crazy. Those were the worst times. 1619 was the worst day, not 2016. Let's stop saying that. I'm glad to see 2017 come because I'm alive and you're alive and I'm happy that you guys are alive and that you're watching it every morning, every day. We got to find our purpose. We got to find our purpose every single day. So many people were killed. I mean, Keith Lamont Scott, he became the latest addition to the list. This happened Tuesday, being killed by a police officer, shot dead in Charlotte, North Carolina. He was the 173rd black person to be fatally shot by the police in 2016. Okay, so this is what's going on. In this year, it was so much racism. You would think it was 1619. We had so much racism. So much racism. People were talking about the president. They called Michelle Obama a monkey, an ape. They said President Obama wasn't even from the United States. And you know, the racism was rampant when Donald Trump was running for president. The Ku Klux Klan was endorsing him. You know, the racists came out of the woodworks. People are on the internet. They're racist. They talk about racists. It's really insane. Carnegie Deli in New York, my favorite restaurant. I get my corned beef sandwiches and my cheesecake. They've been open since 1939. I've been going to them since 1989. And they're closing tomorrow. It's the last day since 1939. I just was there last week and got my sandwich and I videotaped everything so I can keep the memories, and I took pictures of my sandwich and my cheesecake. Gonna miss you, Carnegie Deli. Gonna miss you. You Detroiters. It was kind of compared to Esquire corned beef sandwiches in Detroit back in the day. They had the best corned beef sandwiches with Verner's ginger ale. Oh my God, it was so good. So it's like, rest in peace, Carnegie Deli. I'm going to miss you so much. Oh my God. Black Lives Matters was in 2016, and Black lives do matter. White people want to say, well, white lives matter, but we're talking about Black Lives Matter. We weren't talking about white lives matter. We're talking about Black Lives Matter. For those of you who don't know, the girl who was suing Flint, the first person who put in a lawsuit for the water in Flint, you know what happened to her? She was murdered. Been real quiet. You didn't even hear a lot about that. The inventor, one of the starter-ups of the Black Lives Matter, he was murdered. You didn't hear a lot about that. From Ferguson to Baton Rouge, deaths of black men and women were killed at the hands of the police. And let's not forget little Tamir Rice, 12 years old. In 2 seconds, he was killed, just sitting on a bench with a play gun. And my girl in the prison cell, killed. Supposedly she killed herself. We know it's a lie. Ronda Rousey, tonight is her fight, y'all. Ronda Rousey is mad as hell. She fighting Amanda Nunes. And, you know, she got beat up the last time, and she's used to winning. Ronda Rousey is not no, person that you just beat up, and she's happy about it. She even admitted that she wanted to commit suicide when she lost her last her last fight. And now she's back, ready to go, mad as hell. And they ain't going to take it no more. So we're going to see what's going to happen with that. A plane carrying 6 people is missing over Lake Erie. They were near Cleveland, and they lost contact with the flight instructors, or the navigation place, and we don't know what happened to them. They were coming from an NBA game. It was a father flying the plane with his wife, their 2 children, and 2 neighbors, friends of the kids. So that's what's happening there. So you guys, find your purpose. I'll see you tomorrow night for New Year's Eve. Get your champagne ready if you're going to drink some. And did you know, a little bit of history, New Year's Day was the day that it was a big celebration when we were sold as slaves on the auction blocks. That's the day when they had the big black men up there. They're saying that we got us a big nigga right here who's strong. And we got cotton. He'll pick cotton from sun up to sundown. We got this woman here, this yellow heifer wench. She can iron and feed kids, give them breast milk, and she's ripe for the picking. If you want to take her out of her slave house and have sex with her all night. That's what happened on New Year's Day. We were being sold. That's what really happened on New Year's Day. Okay, you guys, have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming to the Amber Shows, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a purpose in your life.